Welcome to Browns All Access. Nathan Zegura alongside the legend Bernie Kosar. And Bernie, First Energy Stadium was like a holiday party last Sunday. The crowd was rocking. The Browns delivered another win, 26-18 over the Bengals. They sweep the Bengals for the first time since 2002, guarantee the team its best record ever in the AFC North Division, which was created also back in 2002. What was it like for you to see this team go out there and take care of business again?
To have a month of December like this and have that electricity in the stadium, really for us to come to this fruition of a team now that doesn't hope to win on Sunday. We expect to win, and we talked about it before the Bengal game, about being physical, taking it to them. You know, our team travels well, and then when we are at home with that electricity in the stadium on any given Sunday, people don't want to come to First Energy and play the Cleveland Browns now.
Absolutely not. It was pandemonium. I say the fans went to see a football game, but a party broke out because everything was going the Browns' way. I spoke with Baker after that game. He said, we're going to carry this momentum into next year. Is that a real thing, and how important is it to go get one more, finish the season winning 4 in a row, sweeping the Bengals, sweeping the Ravens, which would happen if you take care of business on Sunday?
Yeah, first and foremost, just to be at Week 17, playing the last game of the year, and having such an enormous magnitude, not only for our team, but for the ramifications for the playoffs within the whole NFL. But it definitely, I think, transfers over into the offseason, OTAs, mini camp, training camp, and the expectations for next year. What the team is doing this last half of the year definitely can have a positive influence moving forward.
Oh yes, and the expectations will be large next year, and one of the reasons for that is the man who is the architect of your 2018 Cleveland Browns. Our general manager, John Dorsey, sat down with Andrew Gribble to recap the 2018 season, brought to you by Papa John's. Very happy to be joined now by the general manager of the Browns, John Dorsey. And sir, this has been quite a fun season for the Browns. What do you think of what you've seen from your team in 2018?
It has been fun. You know, any time when guys can play with passion, be competitive week in and week out, and continually grow exponentially as the season goes along, you know, that's a mark of a team growing and understanding the challenges of being competitive week in and week out. And right now, I think the guys are playing at a high level. Can't wait to go to Baltimore to end this thing on a proper note. And, you know, I'm very pleased with where we are right now.
You've won 3 games in a row, 5 of the last 6. What would it mean to go to Baltimore, prevent them from making the playoffs, and finish with that 4-game winning streak and a winning record for the first time in a decade?
Well, it's not so much of eliminating Baltimore from the playoffs. To me, it's about winning that last game, getting ending the season on a positive note to build for the 19 season. So that's what I look at.
When you look back at where we were day one of the season to where we are now, what stands out to you as maybe the biggest area of growth or the thing that gives you the most pride?
All along, you knew after the acquisition of players, either it be unrestricted free agents, trades, or the college draft, you knew there was some young talent here that needed to be developed. I think you have to applaud the coaching staff and how they have taught these young men moving forward. But the leadership within that locker room speaks volumes to me, because who are the Cleveland Browns but the men within that locker room? The pride they've demonstrated week in and week out, pride, how close they are as a group, and how competitive they play. And they play with that fire and passion. That's what I'm most happy with.
Something you told me earlier, you know, we still haven't accomplished what we want to accomplish this season. So as you look to the future, what are those goals for this team now that you would imagine expectations going into next season will be higher?
I think the reality is, I think it first starts in the AFC North, okay? And we're going to have to dethrone whoever sits on top of the AFC North next year. I think that's your first goal. And your second goal is to get to the playoffs. And then let's see what happens. And then let's understand what's at stake here in 19. Let's continue where we leave off, and let's build on those. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, if we're going to grade a general manager in his first year, I think John Dorsey would have to get an A+++++, like in A Christmas Story. Bernie, what do you think of the job he's done?
Well, I don't think we have to disagree with the grade part of it. I don't think there's any question that John Dorsey's probably in line for NFL Executive of the Year. We've talked on and off camera throughout the course of the season. This is not only an historic draft for the Cleveland Browns. I think this is an historic draft from the NFL perspective. the ability to make this change in one given year with draft picks, with free agent signings, managing the cap, kudos to John Dorsey.
He's done a great job, and the fans, we are all reaping those rewards, and we are going to be back with more Browns All Access right after this. After the break, Larry Ogunjobi talks about playing for head coach